Hello and welcome to First Principles. Today we are going to be talking about how a website works. So let's get into it. What happens between opening a browser, typing in an address and having a website open? Well, first things first, you're going to open a browser and you're going to type in an address. Let's say Amazon.com. Your browser is going to take that and it's going to split it into two pieces, a hostname and a path. Your browser is then going to go look up that hostname in a big address book. Because what it wants is to take that human readable address of Amazon.com and to turn it into the address of the actual computer you want to talk to. That's called an IP address, and it looks something like this. As you can imagine, there are lots of websites and lots of computers. So trying to keep this address book is a bit of a task. So it's an address book that everyone keeps up to date themselves, all in one centralized location, and that's called a DNS server. So once your browser has taken that human readable hostname and got back the IP address, it can now send the request to where that computer is. So it does. And that computer might be on the other side of the world. Wherever it is, it's listening. And in our basic example, it's running two pieces of software. Let's go with an analogy. Let's say you arrive for a meeting at a big company. When you arrive there, the secretary greets you and they make sure that you go to the right room. Once you're there, you have your meeting, you get the information and you leave and are on your way. That's exactly how our basic example works. So our web server is the secretary. When our request arrives, the web server ensures that it goes to the correct place, in this case the website software, that answers the question, returning our page about t-shirt, and we get sent on our way. At this point, the computer sends that page back to wherever we are in the world, and our browser opens it. And in our basic example, that's HTML. So an HTML page. And that only contains the content. It doesn't contain anything else. Now, as the browser takes that HTML page, it's going to read it from top to bottom. And as it goes across there, it's going to find lots of references to other files, things like JavaScript and CSS. CSS is style, what makes a website look good, and JavaScript is interactivity, again, in our very basic example. And as it comes across those files, it's going to go and do the entire loop all over again. So it's going to take this example, right, this Amazon.com, their style.css file, and it's going to go, okay, look up the human readable hostname, get back the IP address, send that request off, only this time it's for style rather than t-shirts. The web server is going to pick it up, take it onto website software, which will give us the style and send it all the way back to our browser to open up the website, this time with style. Then we're going to repeat the entire thing again, but for JavaScript to get some functionality onto it, until finally we have a complete website. But here's the thing, it's far more complicated than that. And we're going to do more of that in later videos. It's going to look like this and it's going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. But hopefully that's been enough to give you a basic understanding of it. Thank you very much and I'll see you next time.